Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Now, as crypto is dumping into oblivion, we find out more and more about the sinister Kwon and how his treachery might run deeper than we know. Kind of like Saruman in Lord of the Rings, but in a different way. His failure at Terra Luna is causing a huge tsunami of liquidations that might bring DeFi and crypto in relation into the ground. If crypto dumps to 10,000, Do Kwon is the reason why. Because he's making people, he alone basically, well, not him alone, but he is the major player, the central figure in making people lose confidence in crypto because his system, his project's collapse has basically made everyone else collapse. And this is what I'm talking about. We've just heard about Three Arrow Capital, which is basically going belly up, and Celsius, which actually did just go belly up some time ago. Well, I mean, Celsius hasn't gone belly up, but I'm going to assume that they're not going to come out too well. And why did both these companies go belly up? Well, it's because they invested in Do Kwon's Terra Luna and Anchor Protocol. And obviously, that investment is worth $0 right now. They invest several $billion and get $0 out. That's generally a recipe for pretty much huge, massive ass disaster. But that's what you get when you involve yourself in Do Kwon projects. At least that's what we actually know now. So if you actually look at the DeFi market, remember Terra Luna started dying on May 7th. Look at this precipitous drop. May 3rd, May 8th, like May 7th is right here at 248 billion. And then by the time May 15th rolls around, it had halved. And now it's at 135 billion on May 30th. On June 8th, it's 136 billion. But then Celsius starts dying. Three Arrows Capital starts dying, and that's all tied to, yes, the mastermind Do Kwon himself. And now that's why we're at 96 billion. So basically, DeFi went from something like 288 billion to 96 billion. It's dragged crypto down with it. Now, I do actually believe crypto would have went down some anyways, but I still think we would have been above 30,000 right now had it not been for Do Kwon. But he might actually cause crypto to liquidate a lot lower. So a lot of people have him to thank. So finance redefined, Three Arrow Capital and Celsius fall brings a tsunami sell-off of Do Kwon. Yes, Three Arrows and Celsius share a lot of the blame. But let's not forget, they're actually facing liquidation because they invested in Anchor Protocol and Terra Luna, and those are directly associated with the mighty Do Kwon. This past week, the decentralized finance ecosystem faced the brunt of the bears fueled by liquidation rumors of Three Arrow Capital and Celsius liquidations. Three Arrow Capital was basically thwacked by Luna's fall, and that lost them hundreds of millions of dollars that we know of, and they're kind of insolvent. Celsius invested a lot of money in Anchor Protocol, which basically went kaput, so Celsius is in a lot of trouble and may face liquidation later. Without Anchor Protocol, without Terra Luna, without UST, none of this would have actually happened. But it goes far further than Three Arrow Capital and Celsius because they in turn affect other funds. So the other thing is because of this, MakerDAO decided to cut off AAVE from its direct deposit module as a safeguard in light of the possibility that Celsius folds and crashes the price of staked Ether. So if Celsius folds, which is happening because Terra Luna folded, it might actually crash staked Ether, which linked-wise could actually prevent the merge from happening, which could actually cause Ethereum to go down much further. You see this giant cascade is building up from Terra Luna to Celsius to AVE to tethered ETH or staked Ether and to Ethereum as a whole. And MakerDAO had to cut off AAVE. So it's affecting all these really, really big products. Now, thankfully for some of our viewers, VEX and MinSwap probably are not that affected because they're kind of very small and they're not really that interconnected with all this other stuff. But stuff like AAVE, MakerDAO, staked ETH, and all this other stuff, they're very, very much interconnected, and they're directly, now that we find out, all connected to Terra Luna, UST, Anchor Protocol, and the mighty Do Kwon. And that could spell disaster for the cryptocurrency industry. It is absolutely wreaking havoc on DeFi protocols. DeFi protocols' value has been slashed to 1/3, and that's largely because of the Terra downfall, which is impacting all these other DeFi protocols either one or two levels down. A heavy cryptocurrency sell-off in the markets on Monday caused significant ripples for projects and entities alike. DeFi ending protocol AAVE's utilization rates have fallen across nearly all stablecoin borrowings, and also like all the stuff happening definitely kills people's confidence in DeFi, so it might not be coming back anytime soon. Most notably, borrowings for Binance USD, BUSD now stand at a mere 30% compared to a high of 80% back in May. The utilization rate is the ratio of borrowed, deposited, and to deposited funds, since borrowers are required to post digital asset collateral before taking a loan on AAVE. So very, very few people are borrowing, and they can't really provide the returns if very few people are borrowing. Users are likely withdrawing en masse in light of Mondo's sell-off to prevent liquidation. Data from DeFi Llama indicates that AAVE's total value locked has fallen from 33 billion to 8.11 billion. So all this, I mean, like, yes, the overall crypto market dropping definitely has a part to play in this, but a huge part to play is Terra Luna's fall, which is affecting every single protocol out there, all the way from Celsius and Three Arrow Capital to maybe even Ethereum itself. Maker cut off AAVE's DAI supply. Liquidity providers ask platforms to freeze 3AC funds. Like 8 Blocks Capital is asked to freeze like 3AC funds because they basically had borrowed some money from them, and basically like they don't want to 3AC to siphon all their funds, and basically everything is in a huge mess right now. So you can see what a giant foobar Terra Luna actually has done, not only to itself and to its investors, not only to Celsius, not only to Three Arrows Capital, but to the entire industry. So if Bitcoin tanks to 10,000, you can actually thank Terra Luna and Kwon. I do believe we'd still be above 30,000 if not for Terra Luna and all these liquidations. DeFi would have still lost money, but not lost nearly as much money as they have since May 7th and the liquidations caused by Terra Luna. So Kwon's treachery to crypto runs much deeper than we had thought. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.